Hi, this is B&J from Sorcery Soap, and today we're going to do a review on Nature's Garden fragrance oils. So I have a haul, I have a stash here, and I started using them. I have a couple of them that I've already used, and so I already know that. But the reason that we're going to do it is because there's something different about somebody's facial expression and their experience out of the bottle versus reading reviews and people writing them down and things like that. So we're going to just go through the whole assortment, and then you can see for yourself how we feel about the fragrance oil out of the bottle. And I have two examples, so then we can compare those with out of the bottle and what they behaved and how they smell in cold process soap. And so these are all phthalate free, so that's helpful because when I look for fragrance oils, I want them all to be phthalate free. I want as like minimal chemicals as possible that are going to cause adverse effects. That's one. Two, of course, I want to minimize the vanillin in it because I don't want them to turn brown after I, put a bunch of coloring in it. And then three, I want them to behave in cold process soap because it doesn't kind of matter how good something smells to me if I can't rely on it, because I always forget, right? Always forget, and I get in the middle of it, and then I'm pouring this complicated pour, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, I forgot this one accelerates.
Whoops.
Or rices. So that's the other part. But then the fourth part is that I want to support companies that will have the fragrance oils all year round. I don't like it when they bring out some fragrance oils and say, oh, get all your customers hooked on this, but then, oh, guess what?
We're never going to make them.
Yeah, everybody loves this fragrance oil, but we're not going to make it anymore. So Nature's Garden has been around a long time. I don't know how long, but a long time. And so they're awesome to work with and kind and considerate, and their customer service, I think, is completely undervalued. And they're super fast on the shipping, in my opinion, reasonably priced as far as shipping, and all those things keep me coming back. Plus, their fragrance oils, even though they might update them occasionally, they're still, character-wise, they're still consistent. So with all that said, we're going to just dive right in. Okay, so now you know what we're about and what we're doing today. Okay.
Where would you like to start?
Start from there, and we'll move over, and I'll just go through the list so that we know which ones we did. So you can say what it is.
This one's 1,000 Dreams.
Okay, and it has 0.35% vanillin in it, so it will discolor to a light tan. And I was curious about this because the reviews looked really good, and people, you go ahead first, honey, it's okay. You say first.
I like it.
Do ya?
It's subtle, but I really like it.
Yeah, I do too. I like it. I like that it... Okay, so here's the other thing. I'm not going to tell you what it says online, only because you can go there and read that. But I will tell you what my experience is of it, because to me that's like... Well, it's sort of like somebody taking a sip of wine and going...
Telling you what it tastes like before you taste it.
Yeah, but then they give you this really complex thing, and they tell you, oh, there's pepper, and there's this and that and the other, and you go, oh, that's great, but what's your experience of it? Like, do you like it? Are you going to buy it again? Are you interested in it? Does it like spark something in you that makes you curious? And definitely makes me curious. It's like there's a candy scent to it, but not overpowering, and
yeah.
A little bit of perfume in there of just a light, happy feeling to me.
I really like it.
I
don't know how to describe the scent, but I really like it. It's nice and subtle.
You'd use this in the shower, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I smelled this on you, I would say yum. That to me is the thing. And it's not so girly that you wouldn't use it.
I don't think it's girly, but it's floral. But it's not girly like.
A straight up flower scent.
Right.
Okay, good.
That's very nice.
Okay, let's call that good. Okay, and where are we? What is that? 1,000 Dreams. So we're going to check that off. Let me get a different color pen. Okay, so we're going to call that good, 1,000 Dreams. And now next?
Next one's Peppermint.
Yes, Peppermint's a really good one to have in your arsenal, in your soaping arsenal, because you can mix it with a bunch of stuff.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, true peppermint.
Yeah.
Without any chemical scent or anything.
Yeah, non-chemical peppermint smell.
Zero vanillin, does not accelerate, by the way, and I could mix it with things. I could tell right away I can mix it because it's a true peppermint scent. Like, to me, that smells like I'm smelling the plant. Okay, that's keeper 2. Keeper.
You just spilled it.
Did I?
Yep.
No.
It's all leaking down the side.
Oh, paper towel. I have to be more careful. Sorry.
It's okay. Just make the house smell like peppermint.
Peppermint. Okay, there we go. That's a good one. It's a keeper one.
This one's called Bite Me.
Yes, Bite Me is kind of a... You may or may not know this, Jay, but it's in the industry. There's quite a few people that use this term Bite Me for Halloween fragrance. And so I don't know what others smell like.
I have no idea what this is supposed to smell like. It doesn't give in the description.
No, there's no description on here, and that's good because I don't want you to be unduly influenced. I could tell by the way you're taking it in. That's not offensive at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Ooh.
There's a lot of different flavors that roll through, or scents that roll through it.
You know what? Okay, tell me what you think first, because I'm getting excited.
It's like a watermelon, but not a watermelon. It's like a peach, but not a peach. It's like a pumpkin, but not a pumpkin. It's kind of like it rolls through all of them at once.
Exactly. I think it... Do you remember when you were a kid and you went trick-or-treating and then you opened your bag up? That's what it smells like to me. Like everything all at one time. That's like a trick-or-treat bag. That's how I'm going to use it to... I'm going to write that down.
It's like Hawaiian Punch, too.
Yep.
There's like a whole bunch of... I don't know. That's pretty awesome how they did that.
I'm going to use that term. It smells like a trick-or-treat bag in my description when I use it. Because it's so yummy.
It is.
And you don't want to, like, you know how when you say stuff and you could put people off by saying something and then they have a story about that same scent?
Yeah.
If they had a bad experience, then it's a negative story. But that Bite Me is just like you said, all those names, all those, like, Hawaiian Punch and sweet tarts and all the fruity candies in one bag, and then you go, that smells good. Oh, I have
right, but it's not one of them per se. It's like it's all of them at once.
It's like a Halloween memory.
It is.
Trick-or-treating was fun when I was a kid. Did you trick-or-treat?
I did.
You did?
I dressed up too every year.
What did you dress up as? Do you remember?
No. Not off the top of my head. I have to think about it. All right, next one is
Black raspberry and vanilla.
black raspberry and vanilla.
The only thing I will say about is the only negative thing I can say about these fragrance oils at all is that fragrance oil is very caustic, and so when it gets on top of a bottle or a plastic, or like you could show that under the camera, it melts it, and that's the only thing that I could say that could be a bit better. And with that said, don't care. I honestly don't care because the fragrance oils are so consistent.
That is lovely. That is really lovely.
Yep. And it's not too sweet, but it definitely black raspberry.
It complements them both. One doesn't overpower the other. And that's why it's so good. Because you can smell vanilla and you can smell black raspberry, and they're equal. There's not one kicking the other one's butt.
Right, exactly. And black raspberry and vanilla. So this is a big deal too, that this doesn't discolor or accelerate. So usually when you have anything labeled vanilla, it will discolor in some capacity. And I had a chat with one of our moderators because we have a group called, it used to be Sorcery Soap or Sorcery Soap Creations. Now it's just Soap Creations to include more people. Anyway, I had a chat with one of the moderators, Sharon from Willow Bella, and she highly suggests it, and she makes really great products. So I trust that, and I do like it.
She uses this one?
Black raspberry vanilla.
Nice.
I know, it's really nice. That's a keeper too.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Oh wait, I want to circle back around to trick or treating. So one of my favorite trick or treat memories, we trick or treated in town because we were country kids, so we had to go in town. Otherwise, we'd be like driving the whole county. So we would go to my favorite teacher of all time, Mrs. Green. And Mrs. Green was like prim and proper, but really lovely. Like you could hug her. She was my kindergarten teacher. And she dressed in skirts every day. I remember that. And she made us have manners. But she was the coolest teacher I ever had. And I wouldn't even have used the word cool when I was a kid. And I started school really early. So I was like 5 and everybody else was 6 and 7 in kindergarten, I think. I was always a year younger than everybody in my class. And she was really kind. I just remember her being ridiculously kind. And I don't know why I thought she was kind. I can't remember any specific thing. But we would go to her house every Halloween. Now, we also trick-or-treated in the country because we had lots of relatives in the country. We would go to their house and stuff too. But that was long before that your parents had to check your
bag to make sure it was safe.
Yeah. But I definitely went as magical creatures. We oftentimes had to make our own, but we did go and get store-bought ones once in a while. And I like to go as witches. Shocker.
There was the only time I remember dressing up for Halloween, we dressed up, me and a bunch of boys and a bunch of girls, we dressed up as gangsters, like 30s gangsters.
Shocker.
So we had all us boys wore our suits and had plastic machine guns.
Oh, cool.
And the hats, and the girls dressed in that bebop style.
Oh, that's cool.
I think there was like 5 girls, 4 boys. There was a bunch of us. Just our group of kids that hung out when we lived in town. So.
Did you have parents that went with you?
No.
Ah,
Never.
that's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. My parents monitored every single movement, every breath I took. So.
Yeah, we were kids that just run amok in the town. So, yeah, we didn't have any parental guidance.
That tells me everything I need to know.
Yay.
Okay, what do we have?
Mahogany Teakwood.
Mahogany Teakwood. Now, notoriously, Mahogany Teakwood accelerates. The one time I tried to teach Tamara, our neighbor from before, I tried to teach her how to make soap, and I let her choose an array from another company, an array of fragrance oils, and she chose Mahogany Teakwood, which I was like, okay, never used it before, fine. See, soap on a stick. I'm like, that's not... I said, that's not how you make soap, I promise. Okay.
This is one of the best ones.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's really, really nice. Okay. So I got a picture of like a little Japanese tea house in my head with cool wood, like the teak wood. But it not exactly traditionally like you would think, but I just saw like right into this picture of this on the water, and I could smell there's something else flowering in the background. That's why I think. The wood, you know how when it's a little bit more humid, wood gets that scent to it? That it comes up and it's more potent. That's really nice. That is a super... Now that has 1% vanillin in it, and it does discolor to sort of a dark tan.
So when
it's
you said...
reasonable.
So that would be... The smell of that's like a... Before you walk into the Japanese garden... As you pass through the patio and it's nice and clean.
Yeah.
Because you could smell flowers, but you could smell wood.
Yes.
That is top notch right there.
You know, and that's funny when you said that. I wondered what it smelled like. Remember when we went to the waterfalls, the Japanese garden in Idaho Falls? I just wonder if that is like, if we smelled that. Interesting. Okay, next.
Amber Waters.
Amber Waters, I wanted this. Where are we? Amber Waters. Okay, it has 0.05% vanillin, and so it discolors to an ivory. Yeah?
Absolutely awesome.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. That is just... There's something in there that...
super deep.
It is.
It's
It's
like
exactly.
A couple layers right there.
Yep. There's almost a hint of a cologne
Absolutely.
that somebody used to wear in my life in there. Just a hint of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But there's like a sweet thing, like it's a sweet tunnel that it goes, like my mind went into. not sweet though, but like, and not floral, but light, like sort of this light place, and then it's like this sort of darker, deeper.
It's almost like musk, but it doesn't have that musk smell.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. And it isn't quite ambergris, because, you know, I love ambergris. Like, that's that, really, like,
it's really good.
Yeah.
It, like, starts with one, and then it comes with another as it finishes.
Yep.
That water scent is really good.
I could see that being, like, a really wonderful, watery looking soap. I mean, and just that. But, of course, a seascape. But not necessarily that. Like, even a pond, it would be nice to have a, like, if you called that amber waters, like, I wouldn't even change the name of it. But amber is too potent for a name for that, because amber isn't it isn't like on the top of my mental list when I smell that. Like, and you couldn't call it sweet water, because it's not
sweet.
It's not sweet, but it's like, it's so funny. I mean, it's so hard to name things, but that is a tricky name, because the name doesn't quite suit that.
I have no idea what amber would smell like.
Oh, I know what amber smells like, and it doesn't. Yeah, amber's much more resiny and murky, and when we run across it out, I used to have a fragrance oil called amber something or other. I had amber musk, I think. Yeah, I have amber actually as a resin.
Ew,
I've
really?
smelled it. I've burnt it in the house. Yeah.
I did?
Yep, I burnt in the house, and you said, like, what is that?
What is that? Did I make a face?
Yeah, kind of. But you do that mostly with incense stuff, so.
Okay. This one's Eucalyptus and Spearmint.
Okay.
I'm already going to like this one.
I know.
That. This is, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Just take it out of your hand.
We need a household cleaner that smells like that. That is like
Yeah.
how I want my house to smell.
No acceleration and 0 vanillin in that.
Wow.
So that was a stable one. You know what's nice about that is that it's very distinct from the peppermint. Like, the peppermint is a true peppermint, and the eucalyptus spearmint is exactly that too, which is really nice, because now I can mix.
That's really nice.
Okay, so the peppermint, I wanted peppermint to make peppermint candy cane soaps this year. Every single year I try to get a peppermint candy, because I always thought peppermint was too strong, and then I get one that's like, it's called peppermint candy fill in the blank something or other. I try one every year, and they always turn brown or they do something sideways. So now I have a true peppermint that I can make a peppermint soap with peppermint candy canes on it, and a eucalyptus spearmint that I can do something else with that is a complement that's different, and both of those are keepers for all year round, I think. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
All right, you got it. Applewood Fir Needle.
Okay, yes, Applewood Fir Needle is this one here. So I made it with this. I made this soap. It's not trimmed up or anything. And I put some extruded leaves, golden leaves in here from Lisa Cunningham's I Dream in Soaps extruders right here. And then I made, of course, the pumpkins on top, which is one of my favorite soaps. Okay. Same.
It's not as strong as a soap.
Yeah.
But
same character.
Absolutely the same.
Okay, Applewood Fir Needle. Does it remind you of fall?
I grew up in Arizona, so we didn't have a fall. We had hot and cold, so.
Okay, well, fair enough. Like,
it smelled like desert rain or pollution. This is nice.
Yeah,
that's really
but
nice.
It's a little bit different, I think. Oh wait, I just
that's
touched
really
in my
nice.
face. Okay,
that's really nice.
Applewood,
I like that.
I do too. Applewood. We just do that? Oh no!
Why did you hit my head with it?
I can hand it to you. Okay.
Oh,
now we're gonna smell like Applewood Fir Needle all day. Okay. My paperwork is gonna smell like that. Ooh, it's a little bit too potent on the skin for sure. It's not good on your skin. Okay. I knew that was going to happen one
God,
day.
it's everywhere.
Is it? Oh, it is. Oh, it got on my soap. No fair. Okay. Make sure you get it all up. Okay.
Yeah, it's
You know when you buy Applewood chips to cook with, like grill with and whatnot, and there's that first hint of wood and there's a little bit of something in there. That's kind of what it smells like. Like I could smell wood scent in it.
but it smells better than that.
Oh yeah, way better. Now I'm permanently gonna smell like that all day. That's
Okay.
Okay.
Next one is Elderflower and Apple Blossom.
Okay, Applewood, where am I? Okay, and 0, in that, no acceleration, and you can see no acceleration, and I stick blended this to the nth degree and put titanium dioxide in it. So if it were going to accelerate.
That's the Applewood and Fir Needle.
Yes, if it were going to accelerate, it would have accelerated in this, in the sense that I pushed it as far as I could, and it's just beautiful. I haven't clean this bar up or anything, and the surface is really smooth, because that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this, because if it accelerates you can plane that off and you won't see it, but the consistency of the soap is weird in my opinion. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to keep that all year round, by the way. I really love it. I'll be really careful.
Yep.
Okay, what is this? Elderflower and Apple Blossom. Oh yeah, wow, that smells like spring to me.
That's spring. That's what spring smells like.
Yeah, to me, yeah. The blossoms, the fresh spring blossoms, and I like elderflower.
The apple blossom really is strong in that.
Yep,
With a hint of elderflower.
Yep, I agree with that.
It's really nice. That's a fantastic soap fragrance, I think, right there.
Yep. Like if you use that at somebody else's house, I would ask questions about it for sure, because it smells so nice and fresh. And here's the other thing. Florals usually tend to accelerate. This one doesn't accelerate.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet, but I trust that that's true. And that one is Flowering Dogwood.
Flowering Dogwood.
Again, doesn't accelerate.
Interested in what this is going to smell like.
I know, I don't know what a dogwood smells like.
That's very nice.
It smells like soap should smell to me somehow. I don't know why to say that. Like, oh yeah, that smells like that would be a nice
bar of soap.
Yeah, it would be a nice bar of
Right.
soap where my mind wouldn't attach to any particular thing, but I'd go, yeah, that's a nice floral scent. And then I'd continue to give myself a little sniff all day in the most inappropriate way. Yeah. Elderflower, where are we?
That's the
Flowering Dogwood, yeah.
Dogwood,
Definitely keeping that.
That's nice. That's
It
really
is super nice.
I think if somebody used it as a soap, they wouldn't be shocked any way, shape, or form, or offended, and it would just be like, oh, that's nice, and go about their business.
I agree, and I think every single one of these would be useful in lotion, sir. He's the lotion maker, by the way. Every single one of these. Some a little bit more interested than others. I like that Amber Waters. If you made lotion and then covered your entire body, we probably would never get any work done, but go on.
Mistletoe and ivy.
I love everything ivy.
You're gonna love that one. That's what I smell as ivy. A different scent of ivy.
Yes. Oh, let's put the lid on. And almost like
Yeah, knock it over.
so the mistletoe is like, well, you can smell it again if you want to. I just won't be near it. So the mistletoe is sort of like a green, like a real green scent to me, like a pine green, like when you bring pine into the house. But the ivy like smooths it out a bit, so it's not like sharp. And that's what this is, mistletoe and ivy.
That's nice. That's nice
Yeah.
in soap.
Yeah,
Really nice.
And it behaved really well too. You can see I made a really subtle here. The gradient isn't because of the pour, it is because of me. It doesn't always turn out. I was like, I took too long, and then it, started to turn into soap because I was pushing it so hard. Anyway, no, it's really lovely, and I want to keep this one all year round because it's like, if I didn't call it mistletoe and ivy, I mean, that's great for Christmas. If I don't call it mistletoe and ivy and I rename it something for our line, then it would be more like pine and ivy or something like fir and ivy. Pine and ivy, probably. Because that kind of goes along.
That's really nice. It really is.
It kind of goes along with the sense that, like, I mix too, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, definitely keeping that. Definitely keeping that. Okay, so we have one left. Pink, lilac, and willow. And then that's it.
Pink, lilac, and willow. Woo! Very willowy.
Really? See, I smell lilac.
Do you?
Yeah.
That willow is like pierces my nasal cavity.
But you don't really like florals that much. That's but that's a floral. But okay, so here's the other reason why pink, lilac, and willow. First of all, I was intrigued by it. Got really great feedback in some of the fragrance oil groups. The other reason I was intrigued by it is because I need to have floral scents that don't accelerate or discolor, and that doesn't do either. So if I want, sometimes I make the tangled soap and with all the flowers and stuff on it, and I want a floral that's going to match the theme and the design. That's my go-to, pink, lilac, and willow. I happen to love lilac, but the lilac's not overpowering because, do you remember in the brown glass bottles I used to have the lilac? That's just like pure lilac. So the other thing I can do with this is mix it pink, lilac, and willow. So the lilac seems a little bit toned down. It doesn't seem so bold.
Right.
So the lilac and the willow is, I never really know what willow smells like. I grew up with a willow tree and I don't remember it smelling like anything, honestly.
Yeah.
But I can use that as like my go-to floral fragrance to mix with other things if I wanted to come up with my own blend. Not that I really need to.
So willow's like a sweet smelling flower, right?
I don't know. I just said I don't remember what the willow tree smelled like. Let me smell again.
Yeah, it's really willowy to me.
Oh, interesting.
But you don't smell the willow like I do.
No, I guess I smell spring. Like, that just reminds me, of course, most flowers,
I prefer a little bit more lilac than the willowy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what I could put that with. I'll have to give it a think. Anyway, so there you go. That's what I have so far. And I'm sure you're going to see a lot of these fragrances and soaps in the future. And if they pass muster with him for the most part, then I get to use them. Because if you just can't stand the scent of it, then there's no reason even to try use it in our house.
All of them, I think they would be great. Even that one, that's the harshest one, the pink, lilac, and willow.
Yeah. It's not actually harsh, but the one you dislike the most.
The one I dislike the most, and that would be fine in a soap, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And I have a reason for it, too. I know exactly why I want to use it, too. And yeah, there isn't hardly any soaps that you won't use that I make anyway, but it's better to be in agreement. Anyway, all right, thanks for watching, and if you like, subscribe and share and do all the kind of shenanigans that we need to do to build our channel.
Subscribe, like, and share.
Thank you.